who have the same beliefs, not like exactly the same beliefs, but like similar beliefs, really can help. Because if you have friends that are just constantly distracting you or constantly trying to get you out to drink or to smoke, like it's gonna, like, temptation is gonna lead in.
Just being in tune with yourself, but also a lot of sacrifice, because it's hard when you know you can be doing something else, but at the same time you don't want to do it because you know that's just not feeding your spirit.
Back for real. We're back.
Yeah, we are back and better. New episodes coming out on the More podcast. Stay
tuned.
Hi, I'm Maya.
Hey, I'm Cleo, and you're listening to
The More podcast,
where our mission is embracing the true you
and knowing that it's okay to be perfectly imperfect.
Today we're talking about navigating college as a Christian, and we have our special guests Carmen and Lyndzee.
Yeah, so you guys can just state your name, your major, and what you like about the club, or how did you guys find out about the club?
Alright, so my name is Carmen Tejada, and I'm a first-year college student. My major is public health, and I heard about the club because I really wanted to tap in with my faith and, religion. So I kind of just did a deep dive. What is it called? A deep dive. Yeah. And I kind of just found your guys, and it's the one that pulled me closer. So I was like, okay, I'm interested. So
cool.
Yeah.
And now she's an officer. So
Yeah,
state your position,
yeah.
Carmen.
I'm the social media liaison. So.
Hi everyone, my name is Lyndzee. I'm an undergrad freshman and my major is public health. And I mainly heard about the club through Instagram because I saw that they're really relatable and like you kind of can be yourself but also tap in with your faith like Carmen said, and just kind of have that safe space to just talk and just simply being able to just be together.
All right, thank you, Lyndzee. I'm like very happy with what you guys said. That was like one of our ultimate goals, and we were like, the main way to get people's attention, like social media is the platform to use. Like any other way is not gonna like do it. So we were like, we have to make sure that we're active and ultimately bring people to Christ. So I'm happy with what you guys said.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it's a safe space, and like, I mean, that was what we were trying to do when we like created it, because we had the podcast. We did it during COVID, as you guys know. If you guys are OG listeners, you should know. But yeah, we just wanted to create a safe space. So as today, we're going to talk about, how to navigate being a Christian on campus, and ask you guys a couple of questions.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out which questions, because we have a bunch, but I'm trying to figure out what I feel like
You can ask the first one first.
Okay. So how do you incorporate God in your goals throughout the semester, whether it is personal or academic? And one of you guys can
Yeah.
Okay, so I moved over here to this new city. It's only 2 hours away from my original city, but I started to be more in like touch with God. Like my first step was to join a Christian group because I knew that I wanted to like expand and learn more. I try to read my Bible. I actually just bought a new Bible so I can like actually have like a transcript, like a physical Bible, because I've been just reading it on my phone. I try to like write in my journal like to God, like I have a journal like dedicated for him, and I just like between classes or when I'm studying, I try to do it at least once a day, and I pray every morning, every night. I just try to talk to him every chance I get, and I didn't really do that before, so I feel like me coming here really made a big impact, and even just joining this group, it made me closer to him. So
wow,
That's good to hear. You want to add on?
Yeah, I'll add on. I feel like when it comes to my academics and especially like my major and everything, I feel like one thing that I heavily do is pray in the morning, but also just kind of like memorize some scriptures, because I feel like with those scriptures it kind of helps me along the day. And I kind of see the difference too as well. Well, not kind of, I do see the difference whenever like I start off my day by praying and also listening to worship, because like even though if I'm having a negative day or if I feel doubtful, it's like I can always rely back to that. And it's just like you can also feel kind of like a shift in energy when you kind of exuberate that presence of God in you, because when you're surrounding yourself by other people that may not know God or may possibly know him or not, they kind of can feed off that energy and just know that this person has a different like energy that's towards them, and they don't possibly know what it is, but they just know that there's like something that's just different. So that's why I pretty much to.
That was good.
You guys have me like speechless. Like we normally.
In the scripture, it says so much about wisdom. You just gotta read it. You gotta open up your Bible. If you go on Google, search up things for different things you're going through. If you want to know balance, search up scriptures about balancing in your life. If you want to know how not to stress, search up things. And there's like lists and pages of things. And I was reading the other night, and it was saying like, do not worry about these things because tomorrow has enough trouble on its own. But it also says, as long as you follow my commandments and obey my voice, all these things will be added on to you. Don't forget that, because oftentimes as Christians, we want so much things from God and we want everything to align, but we don't take the time to obey his commandments and actually listen to his voice. Another question would be, so what are some tips you would say to overcome social anxiety and mental health issues as a Christian in college?
I would say besides reading your word and doing your devotion and everything, you really need someone to talk to, even if it's like your pastor or like your close friends or like even a therapist, someone that can kind of understand what you're going through. Because even though you're still using the scripture, you still don't want to lack yourself and not kind of be okay, because everything may fall into place and you still are keeping up with your daily devotionals and etc. But if you're not well mentally, but you're feeding your spirit, it's two different things. So you really need to find that balance of just understanding like, okay, I'm going through something, because everyone may be going through something, whether or not we may not know it, and everyone has their struggles, even if it's doing assignments or just something outside of that. We all need someone to talk to, and just being able to have that person that won't judge us for us, but also having that person that will simply say that it's okay, because at the end of the day, it's okay not to be okay, if that makes sense.
As someone who still struggles with social anxiety, it's okay to have social anxiety, but I have like people around me that, you know, try to push me to get out of my comfort zone. And I know that I talk to God about this all the time, like God, like please, like try to make me more social or outgoing. And you know, there's days that I do have, like I have my days that I'm definitely more outspoken and just, you know, bettering myself. And I know that it's the people around me. And I actually talked to somebody, one of my friends, that she actually told me, she's like, yeah, like you like, this is college, you can't just stay to yourself all the time. Like, in order to get in touch with more people, you know, more opportunities, you have to put yourself out there. And I was like, man, you're right. Like I can't just stay to myself, because in college you're gonna lack opportunities and just like resources and everything. So yeah, I definitely think that having someone that you can talk to is a really big thing. So
yeah. I love what you guys said. Honestly, like I said all the time, like college is all about like marketing yourself, honestly, because like you can like get your degree and everything, but the people that you're meeting now can be like the person that's just going to get your future job or get your future opportunity that you wanted, or something that's going to propel you for your career, anything that you wanted. So it's just like, it's important to make sure that you're being outgoing, getting to know different people, and not putting yourself in a bubble, because you never know what opportunity that you can get. And one of the things I remember since I was like in elementary school till now, my mom would always be like, Cleo, pray for holy boldness. Like, keep asking God for holy boldness. And I kept praying that prayer. I kept saying, and she was praying for me too. And like for a while I didn't see it. I was like, I still don't see it. I'm like, you know, still like in my bubble.
Who have the same beliefs, not like exactly the same beliefs, but like similar beliefs, really can help. Because if you have friends that are just constantly distracting you, or constantly trying to get you out to drink or to smoke, like it's gonna, like, temptation is gonna lead in, and it's really hard for you to, you know, stay like pure when you have like all these distractions. So definitely surrounding yourself with people that want the same for themselves.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I would say just being in tune with yourself, but also a lot of sacrifice, because it's hard when you know you can be doing something else, but at the same time you don't want to do it because you know that's just not feeding your spirit in terms of like your faith in something that you know you wouldn't do. Because every time I'm like in the college setting, especially as a college freshman, and I see people being interactive and stuff, it's kind of like I have to stand for like, okay, like what is this doing for me? Like how is it gonna benefit me in any type of way? And like what am I gaining from this? So it's always just like a battleground of just understanding yourself, but also never losing yourself in the process to like please other people or to kind of fit in. So I feel like once you develop that self-discipline and like that reassurance of yourself and stay strong in your faith, pretty much everything comes to pass and it just goes smoothly.
No, you guys are like, no, like honestly, that's a thing that like Maya and I had to decide a lot. We were like, okay, what is this event promoting? If it's like the thin line between this is going to be acceptable and this is not acceptable, it's like we're not going. We're like, if you have to even like, we're like, no, we're not going to go. So like that was probably like the hardest thing about college, like seeing events like, oh, I want to go, and you're like, I don't think this is going to be a good environment for me. I don't think this is going to like end right. So I'm just going to miss out on that. But I think that's another reason why we wanted to be able to just have a club that brings a safe space, but also has fun activities that are like clean activities, things that you can be able to still glorify God and just have a community of people that are brought together.
Yeah, I think that's really good because, you know, as a Christian, it's so like you have to really have discernment to know like, okay, like is this a good choice? This is a good decision? Is this a good event or whatever? And it's like, yeah, as you said, like you can have fun, but just make sure that whatever you're doing is glorifying God or it's not leading you to sin.
So this is one of the questions that one of our officers, our RC chair, Christine, that she put for us to ask. So how do you balance life, college, basically your life, college life, and make time for God? You guys could take the time to think about it. Yeah.
Do you want to go first?
I'll just go. I feel like it's just having a schedule, because a schedule really does help. Because I know on Sundays, that's kind of like, no, it's not even kind of, it's a day that I definitely know for sure that I attend church every Sunday and help minister.
Responses were very beautiful.
Okay, we'll do one more question for today. And I'm going to say, let's see. Okay, this is really good. So this is from Daniela, and she's our secretary. So how does a Christian in a secular college withstand temptation?
And you guys, don't think about it too much because you guys kind of already answered it in between your responses. So,
I would say just be you. Like, one thing that you can't do is not be yourself, but especially when you have the word and you're devoted to it, everything falls aligned smoothly, because obviously there's going to be temptation. Even people that you think that you're close with may probably tempt you to do something, and then you just end up somewhere or someplace where you don't want to be, you know? So it's just, you need to constantly remind yourself and have that self-discipline of understanding that, hey, this is what's something that I'm not going to do, because of not even about my religion, but just me in general. And also just having that boundary too as well, because as a Christian, you have your limits and you have things that you don't want to do personally, because you never know what may be behind what this person may be doing or what may be behind this event, you know, because again, spiritual warfare and everything too as well. So you really need to be very careful with who you're aligning yourself with, who you're hanging out with, and what event are you attending, because you never know how things may transpire. So again, self-discipline, being firm in who you are, and also just reminding yourself that I'm a child of God and nothing can stop me, because if God can allow me to be living proof and pass through my situation, then anything can pass through.
You want to come preach for us one day, because that was really good. Like, wow.
I definitely think it's all about making sacrifices, because there's a lot of things going on around the school, and like, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, like come hang out with us, but if you feel iffy about it, if your intuition is telling you, oh God, I don't think I'll like this, then you know you need to stand your ground. You have to have that self-discipline in order and be able to say no, okay, like I'll miss out on this one. True to yourself. I believe that you can have like lots of fun without doing, you know, like things that are like sinful or anything. Like you can definitely hang out with the right like people, and you guys can be like, oh, like let's go do something else, like, you know, let's go do something else that doesn't require, you know, like sin or anything. Just, you know, surround yourself with the right people, like I said. Just be mindful of what you're doing. If you have like a bad intuition feeling, like if you have a bad feeling about it, just, you know, stay away from it. don't try to force yourself to like go or to try to enjoy it, because you know it probably won't end up going good.
Very, very well said, you guys. I'm trying to think if I have anything else to add, but everything that you guys said, like, it is so like amazing to see other like people like our age that are like level-headed, trying to like actively pursue God and actively like please Him, not just like, you know, spending time with Him, but showing it in their daily lives and in their daily decisions. So
I'm amazed right now. I'm like, wow, because you know, a myth that people think is that like it's so hard to find Christian people, but it's like, are you looking in the right place? So you have to be like very what's the word, intentional about like who you're hanging around, what you're doing, like what you're thinking about. Like you have to be intentional about that, and like hopefully all these advices that our special guest told you really helped you with that. And if you are about to, like, if you're applying to college or whatever, and you're like ready to get into that college season, it's important to be like, you know, I know you see like, you know, the shows and the TikToks and all of that, but it's just like, you have to understand that if you call yourself a real child of God, you have to be different from the crowd. So yeah, that's all I would have to say. Thank you guys.
With that, it's
Maya signing out.
Cleo signing out. And if you guys want to,
Add signing out.
Sign out, and also you can shout out your Instagram or whatever.
Yeah, whatever you want to say, your last remarks.
Carmen, and my Instagram is carmentejada _.
All right.
My name is Lyndzee, and my Instagram is Lyndzee Bensky.
All right. Thank you guys. Goodbye, everyone. Hope you have a good day, great evening, whatever time you're listening to this. Bye.
Bye.